Hello, you are listening to the OmniTalk Fast 5, brought to you in partnership with the A&M Consumer and Retail Group, Firework, Trigo, Sezzle, and Silk. Headline number 5, Amazon is permanently closing its Amazon Fresh store in Dalston, Northeast London. According to Charge Retail, Amazon is calling it quits on the store after only 18 months of operation. A spokesperson for Amazon told Charged, quote, "Just like other retailers, we regularly review our business and from time to time adjust to ensure we are able to best serve our customers, and we remain committed to Amazon Fresh UK physical stores. And in fact, we are excited to confirm that we will soon open 2 new Amazon Fresh stores in the greater London area," end quote. Chris, This is also the A&M put you on the spot question this week.
Yeah, right. We haven't had it yet.
We have not.
Saved it for the last.
We saved it for the last. So A&M wants to know, some of the difficulties, challenges, and closures that we've seen with Amazon Fresh indicate that Just Walk Out technology is either not there yet or not enough to overcome a soft value proposition. Is this a warning sign for other grocery retailers that Just Walk Out isn't a silver bullet to solving core issues?
Wow, great. Yeah, great question. My answer to that is, I think unequivocally, yes.
Okay.
At this point. Because I don't think it ever should have been a silver bullet,
right?
To solve your core issues,
right?
We've talked about this recently on this show. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, or even before the year ended, because everything starts to blur together. But grocery is just plain hard. We've talked about it. We talked about Tesco trying to come over and do Fresh and Easy in the United States, and checkout free on its own, I'm starting to realize very clearly, very palpably, honestly, like this is now in my head, it's not enough of a point of differentiation for the average person, particularly when a gate or barrier is put up in front of an Amazon store that requires you to download an app or put your palm in their system so you can get into the store. When the next best alternative, quite honestly, for a quick trip particularly, is a self-checkout machine that anymore works 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time you had problems with a self-checkout machine?
No.
I never do. Well, right,
user error.
Yeah, but I never do anymore. Like, I'm so fast on that thing. I actually take pride. I just jam out of there, and the people are always like, "Wow, nice job." But so for me, is it a better experience to just wave your hand, enter the store, and pay? Yes, it is, 100%. But all things being equal, the Amazon's Fresh stores I've been out, the jury's out on whether or not that's gonna make the difference.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. And so now the point I would make, though, which I think is important to bring it back home, is traditional grocers, I think, that have a real value proposition. You think of their position in fresh meat, produce, maybe a good value operation like Aldi. I think this technology can still be more of a differentiator for them in the long run, because the value proposition is established, the brand is established. So I think those retailers still need to experiment with it. And the other benefit of experimenting with it is you get the understanding of how computer vision can affect your operations overall, which I don't think can be discounted here. But it's in no way a silver bullet, particularly in 2023, where we said, it's a show me the money year for tech investment, and you've got to see immediate impact. So I think it's still, at best, it's something you're trying to learn from, trying to understand its impact to your organization. But that's my position.
I agree. I mean, I have very similar notes. I think this is the year, like you said, where we're going to have to start to see some of the payoff for things like implementing computer vision. And I think that is the important thing here. Once you've invested in computer vision, you really have to work to figure out how that's going to benefit your overall operations. What other things can supplement in that investment besides the Just Walk Out technology. And I think this is hard too, because Amazon is different than the other retailers. I'm really going to be watching closely what Tesco, what Aldi, what all those other non-Amazon grocers are doing in this space who've invested in this technology and what direction they go in, because I think that's a better indication of the validity and the power of this technology in a grocery store over Amazon. They can kill stores if they don't like it in 18 months and there's no hurt to their bottom line. But those other retailers are really going to have to make this work. They're going to have to work to find out what the solution is, because I still think, and we saw this with Wegmans, it's Just Walk Out is still a very valuable technology to people. The people that are using it love it. And I think the future generations who are using this will continue to make decisions about where they're going because of the technology like this. It's just, this still is in the early stages, and there's still some barriers to entry for non-early adopters. So I think it's worth the investment.
Yeah.
It's just how many things can you get on top of just Walkout is the function.
Yeah, the last point that I want to get to in the story, too, well, actually, 2 more points. I think what you're saying is exactly right, because experiments never happen in isolation. So, like, if you're
Right.
going to spend, I don't know how much, $1.5 million to do a full Just Walkout technology implementation in a 3,000 square foot place, you're going to understand where the value of computer vision lies in
Right.
terms of inventory accuracy, theft prevention. Then you can figure out, okay, how do I actually want to deploy that in the best way that works across scale? Do you take the robot approach,
Yep.
like a Schnucks, for example?
Yep.
Like, there's lots of ways to do it, but until you run the experiment, you don't even have an idea of what the value is.
Right.
The other point in this that I don't think we should gloss over is, what does this mean for Amazon? Like, you're closing a store after 18 months?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. They gave the "we're opening them soon" thing, which we always call out too.
Yeah.
With so I don't know what that means in terms of, are those stores going to open?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just another indication that we might be seeing the brakes on Amazon's grocery store initiative here. I don't know, but it's definitely more palpable, seemingly every day here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens here in the U.S. too with all the
zombies.
zombies.
We got Walking Dead.
We
and
got Walking Dead.
Breaking Bad in the same
Same show.